So I want to explain why we need slowly changing dimensions. And it doesn't matter if you build slowly changing dimensions in Power BI or if you build them in Databricks or Snowflake or Azure Synapse. No matter what data platform or tooling that you use, there's always going to be a need for slowly changing dimensions. The central problem here is that source systems don't do a good job of saving their historical changes. So if there's a source ERP system and they've assigned Jim, let's say that from May to June 2022, Jim works for Sarah, and then July 1st, Jim has a new manager and her name's Margot, right? What we want to analyze is how many sales does Jim have? So if we wanted to care about that, we would say, so we pour this into the data warehouse, right? And we say, please query fact sales, join the employees table on employee ID where the employee is Jim, right? And we get all of Jim's sales. But what happens if what we want to know is all of Sarah and all of her direct reports sales, including Jim and 5 other people, right? So we say select star from fact sales where Dim employees, where the manager equals Sarah, right? So that should go get Jim's sales, right? Now, the problem is when Jim gets reassigned to Margot in the source system, if we don't have a mechanism of recording that, all of Jim's past sales before July 1st now get assigned to Margot. And that is obviously inappropriate and it gives us bad analytics. And if we're trying to measure something like who's our best manager, it doesn't give us a very good view of that, right? So we've lost the record and now we've got inconsistent and bad analytical data. So a slowly changing dimension is the answer for that, right? So just to kind of show you what that change would look like in the databases, imagine that we have a table structure with Jim and the manager is Sarah. And then when Margot comes in, we just overwrite Sarah's name with Margot. And now when we do the query based on manager, it never even shows that Jim was ever reporting to Sarah, right? We just have no idea that ever happened, right? And credit isn't given. All right. So the trick is to use a slowly changing dimension. And there's a lot of talk about whether you want to use type 1 or type 2 or whatever, but I don't really want to get in the weeds of that. I just want to kind of show you the solution, right? And the solution is where before with Jim, we had employee ID 1 is Jim, one record, right? What we're suggesting now is to add a surrogate key. And the surrogate key is the real key on how this works. It is the real working cog here, right? Because what we're saying is employee ID 1 now has 2 records. And so Jim has 2 records. And one of those records he reports to Sarah, and the other record he reports to Margot. But what we do is not only do we add a surrogate key, so this is our new primary key, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, right? But we also add a start and an end date. So for record 1, employee ID 1, from 1/1/2022 to 6/30/2022, he reported to Sarah. Then on 7/1 for record 2, he reported to Margot, right? And what that means is if you write this query, select star from fact, join employees on dim employee ID to dim employee ID, that is now using this number 1 right here. So when we say, where manager equals Sarah, it pulls this record and it joins that to all of the sales assigned to that record. And if we said, give me where manager equals Margot, that would pull a surrogate key, the new primary key, 2, and that 2 would join to all of the 2 records in the fact table, and we would get an accurate result for all of Margot's sales. Now, in addition, we can also pull Jim, but in this case, so we're saying, hey, get fact sales, join dim employees on employee ID, right? So we're not using dim employee ID, right? We're using employee ID. And we can say either join that to the fact table, or you can use dim employee ID, but then in the where clause, make sure that an employee equals Jim or employee ID equals 1, right? So you can use the surrogate still, but then the where clause would either be this field or this field. The point is that you also get all of Jim's sales with one single very easy query. And that's the real strength of this. No need to bring start date and end date into your query. You use the keys and they'll pull the right records and you'll get the right totals. The only complexity would be, give me a total employee list. You would have to say, select star from dim employee, right? Where end date equals whatever value represents the present, whether it's null or zero or, a dumb date or, whatever you have that says these are our current employees. Just make sure you're pulling the most recent record and you will get all of the most recent data. And that's how you do that. And that's the power of a slowly changing dimension to give you good analytics while still maintaining having a very simple query pattern. Anyway, hopefully that helps you. Thanks. Have a great day.